Geography of Russia. Russia's vast landmass stretches over the easternmost part of Europe and the northernmost part of Asia. It spans the northernmost edge of Eurasia and has the world's fourth longest coastline of over 37,653 kilometers, 23,396 miles. Russia lies between latitudes 41 and 82 N and longitudes 19 E and 169 W, extending some 9,000 kilometers, 5,600 miles, east to west, and 2,500 to 4,000 kilometers, 1,600 to 2,500 miles, north to south. Russia, by landmass, is larger than 3 continents, and has the same surface area as Pluto. Russia has 9 major mountain ranges, and they are found along the southernmost regions, which share a significant portion of the Caucasus Mountains, containing Mount Elbrus, which at 5,642 m, 18,510 feet, is the highest peak in Russia and Europe, the Altai and Sayan Mountains in Siberia, and in the East Siberian Mountains and the Kamchatka Peninsula in the Russian Far East, containing Klyuchevskaya Sopka, which at 4,750 m, 15,584 feet, is the highest active volcano in Eurasia. The Ural Mountains, running north to south through the country's west, are rich in mineral resources and form the traditional boundary between Europe and Asia. The lowest point in Russia and Europe is situated at the head of the Caspian Sea, where the Caspian Depression reaches some 29 meters, 95.1 feet, below sea level. Russia, as one of the world's only 3 countries bordering 3 oceans, has links with a great number of seas. Its major islands and archipelagos include Novaya Zemlya, Franz Joseph Land, Severnaya Zemlya, the New Siberian Islands, Wrangel Island, the Kuril Islands, and Sakhalin. The Diomede Islands, administered by Russia and the United States, are just 3.8 kilometers, 2.4 miles apart, and Yanashir Island of the Kuril Islands is merely 20 kilometers, 12.4 miles from Hokkaido, Japan. Russia, home to over 100,000 rivers, has one of the world's largest surface water resources, with its lakes containing approximately 1/4 of the world's liquid fresh water. Lake Baikal, the largest and most prominent among Russia's freshwater bodies, is the world's deepest, purest, oldest and most capacious freshwater lake, containing over 1/5 of the world's fresh surface water. Ladoga and Onega in northwestern Russia are 2 of the largest lakes in Europe. Russia is second only to Brazil by total renewable water resources. The Volga in western Russia, widely regarded as Russia's national river, is the longest river in Europe and forms the Volga Delta, the largest river delta in the continent. The Siberian rivers of Ob, Yenisei, Lena, and Amur are among the world's longest rivers. Climate of Russia. K10 Climate classification of Russia. The size of Russia and the remoteness of many of its areas from the sea result in the dominance of a humid continental climate throughout most of the country, except for the tundra and the extreme southwest. Mountain ranges in the south and east obstruct the flow of warm air masses from the Indian and Pacific Oceans, while the European plain spanning its west and north opens it to influence from the Atlantic and Arctic Oceans. Most of northwest Russia and Siberia have a subarctic climate, with extremely severe winters in the inner regions of northeast Siberia, mostly Sakha, where the northern pole of cold is located, with a record low temperature of -71.2 C or -96.2 F, and more moderate winters elsewhere. Russia's vast coastline along the Arctic Ocean and the Russian Arctic Islands have a polar climate. The coastal part of Krasnodar Krai on the Black Sea, most notably Sochi, and some coastal and interior strips of the North Caucasus possess a humid subtropical climate with mild and wet winters. In many regions of East Siberia and the Russian Far East, winter is dry, compared to summer, while other parts of the country experience more even precipitation across seasons. Winter precipitation in most parts of the country usually falls as snow. The westernmost parts of Kaliningrad Oblast and some parts in the south of Krasnodar Krai and the North Caucasus have an oceanic climate. The region along the lower Volga and Caspian Sea coast, as well as some southernmost slivers of Siberia, possess a semi-arid climate. Throughout much of the territory, there are only two distinct seasons, winter and summer, as spring and autumn are usually brief periods of change between extremely low and extremely high temperatures. The coldest month is January. February on the coastline. The warmest is usually July. Great ranges of temperature are typical. In winter, temperatures get colder both from south to north and from west to east. Summers can be quite hot, even in Siberia. Biodiversity Wildlife of Russia. List of ecoregions. In Russia, Ujigdan National Park, in the Komi Republic, is the largest national park in Europe. Russia, owing to its gigantic size, has diverse ecosystems, including polar deserts, tundra, forest tundra, taiga, mixed and broadleaf forest, forest steppe, semi-desert, and subtropics. About half of Russia's territory is forested, and it has the world's largest forest reserves, which sequester some of the world's highest amounts of carbon dioxide. Russian biodiversity includes 12,500 species of vascular plants, 2,200 species of bryophytes, about 3,000 species of lichens, 9,000 species of algae, and 25,000 species of fungi. Russian fauna is composed of 320 species of mammals, over 732 species of birds, 75 species of reptiles, about 30 species of amphibians, 343 species of freshwater fish, high endemism, approximately 1,500 species of saltwater fishes, 9 species of cyclostomata, and approximately 150,000 invertebrates, high endemism. Approximately 1,100 of rare and endangered plant and animal species are included in the Russian Red Data Book. Russia's entirely natural ecosystems are conserved in nearly 15,000 specially protected natural territories of various statuses, occupying more than 10% of the country's total area. They include 45 biosphere reserves, 64 national parks, and 101 nature reserves. Russia still has many ecosystems, which are still untouched by man.
Early history,
the
the first
northern
human
settlement
areas
on Russia
and
dates
the
back to the Olga period.
in the
Russia
early
had
lower
a forest landscape integrity index mean score of 9.02 in 2019, ranking 10th out of 172 countries, and